What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clay'sCoins. I believe Competence Creates Confidence. It's not financial advice. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and we will get right into our promotion for today's video from Webull. Webull has been a sponsor of the channel for a little bit, and they're a great stock market application. You can trade options over there, stocks, crypto. You can do over-the-counter trading. There's paper trading, so you can practice. They really have it all. You can even chart over there on the desktop and mobile. So no matter what version you're using, as long as you set up a new account with them and fund that new account with just a penny, you can get up to 12 free fractional shares worth up to $30,600. Yes, that is right. You put in a penny and you can get up to $30,000 in free shares. If you hit that random number generator, you can absolutely hit the lotto with this promo by using my exclusive Clay'sCoins link down in the pinned top comment or the description. Now, we'll get back to the video because today we're going to be dismantling an article from Forbes. This might be one of the most extreme situations of FUD mongering that I have ever seen from a major news organization like Forbes. Forbes is a massive, well, I was just thinking about this. As you guys know, it's a massive fiat currency based magazine, journalist entity. I mean, Forbes is a conglomerate at this point. It is a massive media empire. So for them, I mean, they have the Forbes 30 under 30. They have the Forbes list every year with the wealthiest people in the whole world. It's this prestigious high up magazine, and none of that has to do with crypto, does it? No, all of it has to do with USD and yen and, you know, all these antique old school legacy currencies that are being phased out as time moves on. Now, we're going to pull up Forbes article. I'm going to read it for you guys, and I've already prepared counterpoints to pretty much everything they have to say, because what they have to say is so quickly and easily disproven that it just blows my mind. You can tell whoever wrote this article has no idea what crypto is, has no idea about trading cryptocurrency, what cryptocurrencies do, or anything, any of the claims he's even making. He's just, without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at the biggest crypto fantasy of all. You might think that sounds positive. Trust me, it's not. Written by George Calhoun. Hit me up, George. Quantitative Finance Program Director at Stevens Institute of Technology. Looks like I'm pulling up to Stevens Institute pretty quick. No, I'm just kidding. But this is... let's get into it, guys. 3 bullet points right here, just to start it off. Spend cash, invest in Bitcoin, cash is trash. A bon mot from one of the Winklevosses. As of the end of Q2, we have converted approximately 75% of our Bitcoin purchases into fiat currency, a quote from the Tesla quarterly earnings statement in July. Bad coin and good coin cannot circulate together, which is a version of Gresham's law, which is a famous economic law. Which they're trying to say, if you can't tell, good coin is the US dollar and bad coin is Bitcoin. Of course, right? Why would it be anything different? This week brought the news of the merge, a purportedly monumentous singularity in the history of humankind, or at least a big new loop in the tangled story of cryptocurrency. We are told that, from now on, Ethereum, the second most popular crypto offering, will no longer be based on a proof of work, but rather on proof of stake, whatever that turns out to mean. It's pretty self-explanatory. Well, I mean, I can't believe they even said that. All you have to do is research an article. Go to YouTube, type in Clay'sCoins merge, and you would find my Ethereum, and there you are. The big selling point of the merge is that the cost of mining stuff will be reduced. In fact, mining won't even have to happen anymore. Too bad for nvidia, by the way, which has floated its market cap on sales of the mining hardware. Its share price is 92.88% correlated with the price of Bitcoin since November 2021. I did not know that. That is one thing I'm going to give credit to Forbes for digging that up, because that is just an incredible statistic. I love huge statistics like that. For nvidia to be 92.88% correlated with the price of Bitcoin is not good for nvidia right now. In any case, merge parties are said to have broken out worldwide, live streaming from every time zone. Meanwhile, the hedge fund world has crowded into the options market to trade on the volatility that they expect. A lot of smart money is buying. Outstanding option contracts have risen from 1.2 min at the start of the year to more than 4.6 min by Wednesday. About 80% of these that's weird. 80%, they spaced it right here, of the contracts are call options. It's a sign of massive bullish sentiment. However, we do know, of course, the existence of massive bullish sentiment would normally signal a decline in the market. Investor sentiment is usually a contrarian indicator. The next few weeks will reveal how the merge will play out for speculators, but we do already know that in practical terms it won't make any difference for the long-run fundamental prospects of crypto. That is just simply wrong. I mean, if anything, the fact that we are moving from proof of work to proof of stake is monumentous for cryptocurrency, especially when you talk about the eco-friendly and environmental concerns of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, all the electricity used by mining. You have Bitcoin and Ethereum miners using more energy than entire countries right now, or you had Ethereum miners using that. Now you don't. I mean, it's just so in your face, abrasively incorrect that it blows my mind that Forbes would publish this. The flaws in the model. There are so many things wrong with cryptocurrency, it is hard to know where to begin. I mean, listen to this guy. Whack away at this piñata of fallacies and false hopes, and the goop comes gushing out. The ugly stuff has to do with what would be called moral flaws in the crypto model, the facilitation of illicit transactions, the money laundering, the ransomware extortions, the drug dealing, I'm not going to say this word, and God knows what. Okay, so they're talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin like it's 2011 again. I mean, come on. You can pay for on most websites with some sort of cryptocurrency for regular goods. It's not like any of this stuff is the necessity for crypto transactions. All that, I mean, it's just such an easy cop-out. Then there's the astonishing wastefulness of the mining process by which crypto tokens are quote-unquote created. They're not quote-unquote created, they're literally created. Oh, this guy. Prior to the merge, Ethereum's carbon footprint was said to be roughly equivalent to that of Finland. Wow, that's not good. Bitcoin's climate damage price tag is evidently somewhat larger, on a par with the total energy budget of the entire country of Sweden. That's bad. But most people understand, unless you're a Bitcoin miner and it's literally your livelihood to mine Bitcoin, most people understand how incredibly eco-unfriendly mining crypto is. Add in dozens of hacking scandals, which also happen in the credit card industry every single day, and background everything with the pain suffered by naive investors dabbling in totally unregulated crypto market. Proceed at your own risk, proceed with caution, enter at your own risk. I mean, these are, liability signs that are put up everywhere. What? The overall Ponzi-ish nature of the phenomenon has been clear from the beginning. Typical Bitcoin come-on was the one proffered by the Bitcoin Savings and Trust in 2011-2012, which promised investors up to 7% weekly interest. Who would believe that? It ended predictably and badly. Today, even crypto proponents admit that the value of their holdings is based on the greater fool showing up when they need him. Last fall, the greater fool disappeared, and the price of Bitcoin fell by 70%, though not quite as bad as the Chinese stock market, another field of dreams, demonstrating that centralized and decentralized economies can match each other in value destruction. I mean, are you friggin' serious? They're literally putting the biggest threat to Western civilization's economy right now is the Chinese economy, or so we're told. As of the last year or so, the Chinese economy has not been holding up its end that it's promised over the last couple decades. It's had this ridiculous, unsustainable period of growth, and now it's falling. But that has a lot to do with the political structure over there. They're grouping cryptocurrency in with the Chinese stock market as great examples of what not to do with crypto or with currency in general. And it's just, And I mean, the greater fool is just a pessimistic semantic trick of When you need to sell something, someone needs to buy it. For you to be able to sell any Bitcoin or any stocks on the stock market, someone has to buy it. When the GameStop and AMC share rally happened, people were able to sell GameStop shares for $300 because other people were buying it. And guess what, guys? That included institutional investors. Future historians will post the "what were they thinking" narratives of the cryptocurrency bubble alongside the Dutch tulip mania and Bernie Madoff in the gallery of scandal and folly. That is just, if this were 2005, I would use an R word, but let's just say this is so dumb that it hurts my brain and it blows my mind. I'm going to apply for Forbes because if this guy can work here, I mean, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think ClayCoins would do a better job with these ridiculous estimations. And I mean, what are they even using for these, like, where's the index, you know? Where's the legend for this graph? What exactly is this? You know, we're just going down in numbers. There's literally no horizontal unit of measurement here. It's just trying to show a line. But you know what I see here is the continued correlation between the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. Because even though Bitcoin had this big crash right here, when you look at the movement of it, it's just a much more drastic and more acute depiction of what is happening above here in the blue line. When you see a big rise up, you see a big rise up. You see the sharp falls and then the pops, you see the sharp falls and the pops. I mean, it's almost exactly the same, just a little bit more intense, which is what cryptocurrency is and the crypto market in general. We'll get to another BS graph here in a second. But aside from all that, there is a deeper problem. Crypto doesn't work. It does not and cannot serve a valid economic purpose. Not as a store of value, obviously. No, not as an inflation hedge. Well, it's correlated with the S&P 500, so yeah, that's what kind of sucks. The only thing that stopped it from being a hedge against inflation was its correlation with the U.S. stock market, which is what they're trying to hype up more than anything. Nor can it compete with the dollar, nominal, or inflation adjusted. Fiat money beats DeFi hands down. So they just said fiat money beats decentralized finance, which is a unique niche sector of cryptocurrency. Not crypto as a whole, just one sector. And it's saying fiat money beats that hands down. I just don't get it. Trust me, this right here, this crypto doesn't work. It's such a bold claim. They know what they're doing. They're trying to get a reaction, and I guess I'm making a video about it. And I mean, look at this. Bitcoin versus the US dollar, November 2021, 2022. What does this 100 mean? What does this 25 mean? Where's the horizontal indicators for like a time span or anything like that, or what we're looking at? We don't know. We have a bunch of little options that we can't click on that do nothing. Bunch of stuff that isn't there, and they just show this drastic red, and then they put all this in green. If you have been invested in the stock market, tell me if your stocks have gone up since last November, because I can promise they haven't. But the most important failure of cryptocurrency, however, is its most practical failure as a potential medium of exchange. Can you buy things with it? The short answer, you really can't, for two reasons. If I had my wallet on me, I would pull it out and show you my Coinbase card, which I used almost as an alternative to a bank account last year, especially when things were going really well. I was just putting my money in my Coinbase account, staking it, or having it sit in something that would earn me APY, and then when I needed it, I would trade it out, use my physical Coinbase card to pay for things with cryptocurrency. It was not difficult in any way. It worked just as well as a Visa or MasterCard. The first question of uptake, where can one actually pay for a real-world product, not just another crypto object with Bitcoin or similar? There's a lot of noise about that, and there are said to be workarounds for vendors like Amazon that won't accept Bitcoin directly. But the fact is that after a dozen years of promises, cryptocurrency currency is still not really fungible. It is steeply discounted in those few transactions where it may ostensibly be employed. A currency that can't be traded on, can't be spent, fits the definition of bad coin under Gresham's law. It can be traded on and it can be spent, so both of those are completely incorrect. Like I said, it is almost instantaneous to finalize a transaction when you're using a Coinbase card, Binance card, Crypto.com card, the Crow card, whatever it was. I mean, these are things that have existed for a long time. You can literally buy a computer on Newegg with Shiba Inu if you want. It's not difficult, guys. Even that is not the worst part of it. One could imagine, or at least argue, that over time the adoption of crypto by merchants in the real economy might somehow improve, perhaps with certain safeguards. That is the premise of the stablecoin concept, where crypto values are allegedly guaranteed by a peg to real money, i.e. US dollars, rather like the relationship of the dollar to gold in the old days. Oh, you mean like the Argentinian province that literally accepts stablecoins now, US Tether, USDC, and maybe Binance USD. There's another stablecoin there that they are now accepting, and you can pay government taxes with those stablecoins. You can pay the government money you owe them with cryptocurrency. This is not going anywhere. And actually, let me pull up a couple articles. This is one from Bitcoin Magazine last week. BigCommerce launches Bitcoin payments for over 60,000 merchants. The company partnered with BitPay and Coin Payments, creating one-click integrations for merchants to accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency payments. Bahrain approves Bitcoin crypto payments for over 5,000 merchants. Alright, and this is in the MENA region, which is Middle Eastern and North African. The Kingdom of Bahrain approved EasyPay to enable Bitcoin payments for over 5,000 merchants. EasyPay partnered with Binance, enabling instant point-of-sale and online payments in Bitcoin and crypto. They began testing Bitcoin payments through the central bank's financial services testing platform. I mean, let's get real, guys. The claims they're making in this Forbes article are just not true. It's absolutely insane. But there is a flaw in the crypto framework, which neither the merge nor stablecoins do anything to fix. It is the extremely, in italics, extremely low transaction processing capacity of the underlying blockchains that support Bitcoin and Ethereum. Before we even dissect that, do you guys remember when I put out a video in like January or February, I think it was, about Solana? I think it was Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan saying that Solana was going to be the Visa or MasterCard of the future. For Bitcoin, the limit appears to be about 7 transactions per second. Flat out not true. For the entire planet. For Ethereum, the limit is said to be around 15 to 20 transactions per second. Now they're going to try to tell you why these flat out not true facts are actually true. Apple sells about 10 iPhones every second. That would use up Bitcoin's capacity right there. On Amazon, the average number of transactions is 18.5 per second throughout the day, much higher during busy hours, perhaps about 100 orders per second. In the Christmas season, the volume reaches 300 orders per second. Walmart processes something on the order of 100 to 200 transactions per second. No cryptocurrency could even cope with Walmart's or Amazon's current level of business, let alone the transactions flowing in from tens of millions of other vendors around the globe. The extremely low limits on transaction processing capacity for crypto translate into higher costs and long delays. Barron's report found that even a simple funds transfer with Bitcoin took 6 hours to execute. What? Consider how long you might have to wait for a credit card transaction to confirm at the supermarket before you lost patience. So they're trying to make it relatable. As to cost, Ethereum transaction fees averaged about $2 recently, but earlier in the year, the fees were multiple tens of dollars per transaction, with odd spikes reaching as high as $200 for gas. I promise those spikes people were not paying. Current reality-based payment systems like MasterCard, Visa, and American Express process about 1,250 transactions per second on average. That is a very important number. Remember that. Current reality-based payment systems like MasterCard, Visa, and American Express process about 1,250 transactions per second on average. Peak volumes can be much higher, and these real-world systems are designed to handle it. Visa is said to be able to process up to 65,000 transactions per second. Alipay, which is Alibaba's version, has been said to have achieved actual payment volumes as high as 250,000 to 500,000 transactions per second during some of the key shopping days in China. I don't know if I believe that. That's not really provable. Let's take a moment here. Actually, let's go ahead and read this next part, because this says crypto promoters have their answers in the form of future plans in the next big Ethereum modification. Something called quote-unquote sharding will be introduced, as if it doesn't already exist, which will split the blockchain into many pieces and increase the transaction per second rate to 1,000, supposedly. 1,000? That's it? No, that's just not true. The following modification may involve further reconstruction of the ecosystem with quote-unquote roll-ups, which definitely don't exist, and will bless the waiting world with volumes of up to 100,000 transactions per second. Then there is Solana, which supposedly has a proof of history mechanism for validating its blockchain and says it can achieve much higher throughput. Let's start with this, 1,250. I pulled up just a few. Obviously, let me know down below if you guys, right off the top of your head, know any cryptocurrencies that can absolutely handle transactions per second over 1,250. Then let me know if you know any that can handle transactions per second over 65,000. I pulled up a few for you. Avalanche. It aims to do so by having a higher transaction output of 6,500 transactions per second while not compromising scalability. Phantom. One of Phantom's key strengths is its performance and efficient transaction processing, namely thousands of transactions per second, where transactions are settled in 1 to 2 seconds and the cost is fractions of a cent. Oh, I thought the cost was $200, and I thought it takes 6 hours, and they couldn't do anything more than, 100 transactions per second? Thousands of transactions per second, settled in 1 to 2 seconds for a fraction of a penny. We're just getting started with our examples. Kadena. Kadena has already scaled its network from 10 to 20 blockchains and can do so again in the future if necessary. This final addition to Kadena was its private Kuro Layer 2 blockchain, which supports up to 8,000 transactions per second. Immutable X, which is specifically a blockchain for NFTs. Immutable X has a good chance of becoming the default NFT blockchain in the future, provided its promised transaction speed of more than 9,000 transactions per second. Injective Protocol. DeFi applications that reached instant finality, sub 2-second block times, and lightning fast transaction speeds of 10,000 plus transactions per second. Bluezell. BlueZellNet powers the entire ecosystem as a 10,000 transaction per second proof of stake network. It's literally a proof of stake network, but that they put in quotations like it doesn't exist and they don't know what it means, and over 10,000. Hedera HBAR. Overall, Hedera Hashgraph claims it can handle more than 10,000 transactions per second. Polygon Matic uses a customized version of the Plasma framework, which is built on a proof of stake, that futuristic, technology that we have no idea how to tap into, checkpoints that run through the Ethereum main chain. This unique technology allows each sidechain on Polygon, not just Polygon, each sidechain on Polygon to achieve up to 65,536 transactions per block. That is more than Visa and MasterCard can handle. I mean, what? And this is just me digging around few cryptocurrencies, protocols, and platforms that popped into my head that I'm pretty sure I've heard of, thousands and tens of thousands of transactions. This is actually a cryptocurrency I just invested in because I think it's a banger, especially at the price that it's at. Near Protocol. This is a 2-part counter, improving the overall capacity of the blockchain. In contrast to regular sharding, Shards and Nightshade, which is Near Protocol's unique technology, produce a fraction of the next block called chunks. In doing so, Near Protocol is able to achieve 100,000 transactions per second and achieve near instant transaction finality. Oh, and don't worry, it gets better because that's while simultaneously keeping transaction fees at virtually zero. Almost nothing with 100,000 transactions per second. I mean, let's get real. And this is using a variation of sharding, which they acted like is some pipe dream that we will never achieve. Because the next cryptocurrency we're going to talk about, Zilliqa, claims to be the world's first public blockchain to rely entirely on a sharded network. I mean, this is ridiculous. They're acting like these words and these cryptocurrency technologies and innovative designs just don't exist, and it's just simply not true. The team states that the platform aims to rival traditional centralized payment methods such as Visa and MasterCard. That was in 2018. I mean, let's get real, guys. This is so abrasively incorrect, fear, uncertainty, and doubt-mongering that it's just mind-blowing. This talks about Solana's outages as if the power doesn't go out, as if Visa and MasterCards can't get hacked by someone walking by with a certain type of reader in their pocket, and then they have all your information. And guess what? We don't know where it went because you have to go through a centralized entity, Visa, MasterCard, whoever their insurance agents are, because their money is insured and backed by someone. So once something happens to your money, let me know if you've had any troubles with being hacked or anything like that. Number one, they treat you like the criminal. And number two, they play hot potato with different companies to figure out how to get your money back and who's responsible and is going to insure it when they don't even want to. It's just... the only fallacy here is that anything in this article is correct. Blockchain is not designed for this. No cryptocurrency has anything like the capacity to serve as a medium of exchange in the modern retail economy. I just showed you numerous examples of how that is just not true. Blockchain is an interesting and useful technology, absolutely, suitable for small networks and big, centrally administered, no, that need quick and reliable execution on high-value transactions. Why does it need to be high value when it costs fractions of a penny? Did you know that most small mom-and-pop shop, general store type side-of-the-road businesses that you see, if you go in there and you go to pay for something and you see on the credit card terminal that it says must be $5 or more to use credit, that's because it costs them money to use that credit card terminal. It costs money to spend money? Yeah, that's kind of something that's already happened in fiat currency. History has a funny way of repeating itself. A lot of the changes and things you'll see implemented in cryptocurrency are just going to be innovative new designs on regular legacy currency. It's not that hard to conceptualize that we're going to take the things that worked and emphasize them and then take the things that didn't and leave them behind. That's kind of what we need to do to evolve as a species and throughout the world, and how we've always done through history. We take the good, we leave the bad, we try something new. If it works, it sticks. If it doesn't, go on to the next thing. And trust me, guys, I'd say with Facebook changing their name to Meta, with Jack Dorsey changing Square to Block and diving in, I'd say Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and Ethereum especially, is going nowhere. So thank you so much, George Calhoun. He spent 25 years in the high-tech segment of the wireless technology industry. He probably should have spent longer, clearly, and maybe not taken this job as a Forbes article writer. If this was the first time they published him, which I cannot imagine it is, because it seems like he's pretty good at fudding cryptocurrency. Good luck, George. That's all I can say to you, because it sounds to me like you lost some money in cryptocurrency, you're pretty salty about it, and so you're going off, talking about how bad it is, and it makes you sound kind of broke. So let me know how that S&P 500 is doing for you, how your regular stocks have been doing for you since crypto started crashing as well, because Bitcoin is correlated with the stock market you're hyping up so much there, buddy. Alright, guys. that's going to be everything for today. I wanted to bring you guys this video because I was reading this article and just could not believe it. It took me a little longer to get this video set up. I wanted to do some research and make sure, because I knew when I was reading this, there were so many blatant incorrect statements and claims made by this man about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, the transaction finality. I mean, it was just simply incorrect. And if you know anything about cryptocurrency, I guarantee all of you watching my channel right now know more about crypto than that guy. And he was a 25-year quantitative analyst. I mean, let's get real, guys. Trust me, if there's one thing you can learn from this, it's that you can do anything. Absolutely anything you set your mind to. If George Calhoun can get that BS FUD article published by Forbes, you guys can do anything you want. So let me know in the comment section down below what you know cryptocurrency will do for your life long term, and the dreams you hope to one day achieve thanks to cryptocurrency and achieving financial freedom. Because if you guys know by now, we're all going to get it together. Put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below. As you guys know, I love you guys. I'm sorry about the content not coming out as regularly, but I've been working a lot in real life. What can I say? It's a hard world out here, and tell you what, as much as I'm working in real life, that fiat currency really isn't adding up that much. Kind of wish I was getting paid in crypto. That's just me, though. All jokes aside, guys, thank you very much for your support through all of this. If you guys know what has happened over the past couple weeks, it's been a little rough, but I'm going to stay here for you guys. I got you. I just invested in. I was going to make a separate video about this, but I'll throw it in right now for the people who stayed around to the end of this video, people who could watch my face and listen to me for 30 minutes plus. I just picked up some Near Protocol and Gala. I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into both, and I'm going to really make a huge part of my portfolio in Gala and Near Protocol, because number one, Gala is my biggest return literally ever. I've never had a cryptocurrency return me profits like Gala has in the past. There's crazy thunder outside because I think we're starting to get that hurricane that hit Puerto Rico. So if you guys just heard that, that was wild. And Near Protocol, as we went over today, I mean, almost 100,000 transactions per second, near instant finality, no cost. Near Protocol has been one of my favorite potential Ethereum killers almost over the past little bit, and I finally decided to go head first into this, reset my portfolio and structure it a little bit, and I'm going to be going over that with you guys here over the next couple weeks. I'm going to start doing some percentages and allocating different areas for cryptocurrency and stuff like that, and really restructure my portfolio now that the hack happened and everything's reset. You know, I might as well do it. But anyways, guys, remember, hit the like button. All comments help the algorithm. Share it with any of your friends. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the bell notification, so you never miss an update from the channel. And if you haven't already and you want to support the channel, the best things you can do is hit that Webull link and hit the join button. You can join for $5 a month and show your support, or you can set up that new account with Webull and get up to $30,000 in your pocket just by using my link. Or you can be an absolute legend and do both. Either way, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated.